is...
Can I just ask? This is Phil, Red Phil. He's well known on YouTube for his views on what would you say, Phil, you're advocating, and what is the importance of what you're advocating?
The importance of what I'm advocating is not to fall into the divide and conquer. Not to let anyone who's got concerns about an ideology be collaborated into race. It's not a race issue. It's a nasty ideology that needs to be weeded out. Now, when I say nasty ideology, I don't mean Islam in general, personally. I mean radical Islam. There's certain aspects within radical Islam that no one can accept in this country. They don't seem to want to integrate into the system. They seem to be harboured, and I think for the normal working public, it's not very fair, if I'm going to really lay it down. And I think people should have a right to have a voice, and to be really told that they're racist when they've got genuine concerns. I think it's fundamentally wrong. And I think the more they do that, the more they're going to create the Streisand effect. One, they're going to get more people who are going to tag on to this because they see how disparaging it is. And two, you're going to get people that are really angry, that are probably, they're going to push them towards racism. Because if they're going to keep telling someone that they're racist all the time, they're going to actually act out that. It's just a natural phenomenon, you know? It's just the way it is. You've got to let people have the say and allow it, really.
So, we're here at the Tommy Robinson book signing, and we can see Tommy there, over there, and it's good.
Right, we'll have to make it really quick, mate, because I want to kind of film this myself,
okay.
Yeah?
So, how is the state of the nation today?
The state of the nation is very divided. I'm feeling that there's a lot of work to be done. This is only the beginning. There's going to be so many more marches to be done. So we need to kind of just keep sending a positive signal that we have got the right to speak about this and there are genuine concerns. And the more that we do this in a positive manner, the more we can break that divide down and stop people thinking this is about a racist thing. It's not race. It's about a nasty ideology, you know?
How do you see Britain in the next 10 years?
If it's not addressed, I can see it being quite dire. And I can see more and more people who were more left-leaning looking back and going, you know what? I should have really paid attention at the time. There was issues at the time that I felt that wasn't right. You all right, pal? That, you know what, I should have listened. I should have got involved. It wasn't a race thing. Now look where we are. Because unfortunately, if we do leave it another 10 years, there's going to be situations that we won't be able to overturn. You do feel that things are going to be too late by then, if they're not already. Some people might say it's already too late with the way the politicians are, the way they're digging their heels in on certain issues. So we just need more and more people to convince the politicians that what they're doing, their direction is wrong, really. So that's what this is all about, getting more and more average people to get into the message, really, that it's a positive message. So,
and what advice would you give young people today?
Young people to not listen to the news, gather your own thoughts, critical think, that is the main thing. Use common sense. Don't get opinions from other people. Gather your own opinions. If someone mentions a name about it to you, then take that name, research that name. Don't just look at the two top headlines. Deeply research the name and then look into what that person is about. If I want to speak to you, my friend, I am not going to assume you are anything. I am going to have a conversation with you, and then once I've had that conversation with you, I can then gather my thoughts together as to where you come from. If I've never met you before, I can't call you anything because I don't know you. If this man decides to call you a racist and he's saying to me, you're a racist, it would be wrong for me to say, well, yeah, he's a racist, because I don't know you. Now, that's the problem that we've got today. People don't know this guy, Tommy Robinson. A lot of people don't know. The left-leaning telling people, they're kind of being told not to listen to him, you know. And all I say is, take the time out to listen to him. Take the time out to listen to his conferences, his seminars that he's done. Listen to his story from where he started, and then gather your thoughts. If you still think he's the bad person, I can't help that, but you give yourself that chance, and that's what you should do with every person, not just gain an opinion off the news that is portraying a narrative, and that's all it is really.
Could I ask one last question, Phil?
You can, mate, yeah.
We've seen like division within those who are trying to do what Tommy Robinson's doing, you know, trying to push for an awareness of radical Islam, and there's been division on that side. Is there anything that you would say to those who are pushing to try and make people aware about the issue of division and the need for unity? Is there any thoughts that you've got towards those that, you know, where egos are concerned? People have egos and people want to be the top man and all the rest of it. Have you any thoughts about the need for unity and
well, it's all about unity.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here. I'm a mixed race person. According to the left, I should not be here.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm here is all about unifying. I can see through the garbage that they're spilling. So me personally representing this movement is unifying. Now I would like other people to do the same thing. Collate your own thoughts, do your research, and do your best to unify. You know, I've come from a multicultural society, so I've done nothing but unify since I was born in this country, you know? Yeah. And I do feel people around me, you know, in the 70s it wasn't a happy place growing up as a black person. That is not about now. But at the moment, I do feel what was happening with black people in the 70s is almost happening to white people in the 2000s now. And that's how I feel. So I'm kind of standing up to say, dude, this is wrong. You know, I'm a black geezer here. I can see this is wrong. I'm not a racist. I've got a white wife. I've got a white mother. I've got 2 mixed race children, you know? So there's nothing ununified about that. My every being is unified. I love you just like I love this man. I love, if a Muslim is a peaceful Muslim, I love him too. You know, it's irrelevant, it really is. Yeah. Some people want to take it further and combat all of Islam. It's up to them how far they want to take it. I'm a peaceful guy. I just want to combat the radicalisation of what's going on. I want people, no matter what the skin tone, no matter what they represent, to integrate. I want you to speak the language. I want you to talk to your next door neighbour. I want you to hold conversations with people outside of your religion, because that's what England is all about. I'm a mixed race person. I don't believe in that I'm only going to speak to mixed race people, because that would be in itself a racist thing to do. So I feel that Muslims, Islam, some of them need to consider that. Now I know within their own sect it's not an easy thing to do, because in a sense they are bullied to kind of stay out of it. So I think there's as much with the moderate Muslims as there is with anyone else. They need to wake up, and if they want to be in this country, fine. But at the same time, you've got to realise what's going on, and you've got to critical think and think to yourself, it's time for me to stand up against this as well, and point out the bad people within my group, because that is the only fair and right thing to do. If this was black people bombing kids, I would be the first to stand up and say, this is wrong. I don't care what the colour of the skin is, that is it. So we just need that from all sectors, really. Unified, totally unified.
Thanks, bro. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Are you alright, bro?
How are you, bro?
I'm alright. You alright? Yeah. What's your name, bro?
Dale.
Dale. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm just.